Hello dear students, welcome back to EduHunt video lecture series. We have been discussing the second worksheet of previous NEET model questions. We have discussed the first 15 bits and let us see the 16th bit. Parasympathetic nervous system is not involved in. It is not involved in, actually, parasympathetic system is not involved in emergency actions. So let us see which is the exact action. Peristalsis, yes, obviously it is involved in parasympathetic nervous system action, and secretion of saliva is also involved. Dilation of pupil, this is not involved. Excitation of reproductive organs is also involved. Parasympathetic system is involved. So the answer is dilation of pupil. Father of conditioned reflexes is, we have mentioned it. అంటే దీనికి ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్పాలి. పావ్లోవ్ ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ ఏంటంటే, ఒక డాగ్ని పెట్టి దానికి బిఫోర్ లంచ్, బిఫోర్ గివింగ్ మీల్, హీ జస్ట్ ర్యాంగ్ ద బెల్. బెల్ కొట్టగానే అది ఐడెంటిఫై చేసింది ఏంటి అంటే ఫుడ్ నాకు ఇస్తారు అని. హీ వాజ్ కంటిన్యూస్లీ డూయింగ్ దాట్. రోజు బెల్ కొట్టడం, ఫుడ్ పెట్టడం, బెల్ కొట్టడం, ఫుడ్ పెట్టడం, ఆల్ ద టైమ్స్. ఆఫ్టర్ సమ్ టైమ్ వాట్ హీ డిడ్ వాజ్, he rang the bell but he did not put food to him, provided food to the dog. బెల్ కొట్టగానే దీనికి ఏం స్టార్ట్ అయిందంటే సెన్సేషన్, ఆకలి, అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రిలీజింగ్ ద సలైవా ఫ్రమ్ ద మౌత్. సెలైవేషన్ స్టార్ట్ అయింది. మనకి నోట్లో నీళ్ళు ఊరాయి అంటాం కదా, అలాగా సెలైవేషన్ స్టార్ట్ అయింది. బెల్ కొట్టగానే ఫుడ్ ఇచ్చినా ఇవ్వకపోయినా సెలైవేషన్ ఆ టైంకి స్టార్ట్ అయిపోయింది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ ద ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ డన్ బై పావ్లోవ్. Obviously, father of conditioned reflex, conditioned, we are generating it. So conditioned reflex is Ivan Pavlov. Ivan Pavlov is the father of conditioned reflex. Midbrain contains corpora quadrigemina, diencephalon, cerebrum, none of these. Corpora quadrigemina is the structure which is present in the midbrain of the mid part of the brain. Endolymph has good quantity of potassium and calcium. Calcium is option. Actually, potassium is highest quantity and even calcium also occurs in good quantity. Quantity of potassium makes the availability or quantity of sodium lessens. Cornea transplantation is successful as cornea is because cornea transplantation is very successful. Vascular supply is absent to the cornea. Blood supply is nil. Let us see the option whether it is given. Easily available without blood supply, that is without vasculature. Easily preserved, easily stitched. Anyway, the correct option is without blood supply, that is without vasculature. The cornea is without vasculature. It makes easier for transplantation. Eye muscles are innervated by. Eye muscles are innervated by oculomotor, no doubt first is the correct one. Oculomotor is given in all options, so we need to check the second option. Oculomotor, trochlear. Yes, trochlear is given only in one option. We can go with this option, but check the next one also. Abducens. So the answer is eye muscles are innervated by oculomotor, trochlear and abducens. This is the correct option. Absolute refractory period. What is meant by absolute refractory period? Absolute refractory period is a period where the nerve impulse is not generated. After continuous conduction of nerve impulses, it takes time to generate the next impulse. So that is the absolute period, refractory period of nerve impulse conduction. To conduct, it takes time. It is involved in continuously involved in conducting the nerve impulses, and to conduct the next nerve impulse, it takes some time. That is called the absolute refractory period. The pause, we can say it as a pause. Repolarization. At the period of absolute refractory period, repolarization occurs? No. Even depolarization does not also seen. Both repolarization and depolarization is seen. That is the correct option. Neither repolarization nor depolarization. The correct option is third option. Which one of the following is an acquired reflex? Acquired reflex is a conditioned reflex. Just now we have discussed about it. Pavlov's experiment proved that we can induce the reflex, we can condition, we can regulate, we can acquire some reflexes, as the dog acquired the salvation while ringing the bell. So Pavlov's dog salvation is correct option. Let us check all the options of the question. Peristalsis, it is not an acquired one. It is without knowing that it happens. And courtship behavior, it is also not an acquired one. Pavlov's salivation is an acquired reflex. So the correct option is Pavlov's dog's salivation, that is oozing saliva. Vasomotor center is innervated by sympathetic nervous system only, parasympathetic nervous system only, both sympathetic as well as parasympathetic motor fibers, none. So this is the correct option, both sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Direction of nerve impulse is reversed in junction, axonic junction, where the direction of nerve impulse is reversed. Rhabdom is found in eyes of. Rhabdom is found in the insect eyes, that is arthropod eyes. Let us check the options. Insects, annelids, rabbit, frog. So frog is an amphibian, rabbit is a mammal, annelid like earthworms are annelids, and insects, these are arthropods. Arthropods contain rhabdoms in their eyes. In the chemistry of vision in mammals, the photosensitive substance is called, it is sclerotin, melanin, retinol and rhodopsin. Rhodopsin is the purplish red pigment present in the rods and responsible for twilight vision, that is dim light. Vision in dim light is brought about by the rods which have a pigment, a protein called rhodopsin, which is photosensitive. In human eye, the blind spot contains. What is a blind spot? Blind spot is the region of the eye where the optic nerve leaves the eye. So that is the blind spot where there are no rods and cones. In human eye, the blind spot contains rods, cones, both rods and cones, neither rods nor cones. This is the correct option. Neither rods nor cones. The statocyst of prawn is the statocyst of prawn is based on gravity. So the gravity receptors are called georeceptor. It is given as gravity receptor. This is the correct option. So my dear children, in the next session, we are going to answer the next questions of the worksheet. ఇప్పటి వరకు అయినవన్నీ కూడా ఒకసారి చెక్ చేయండి. చెక్ చేసి చూసి ఆన్సర్ చేయండి ఫస్ట్. ఆ తర్వాత చూడకుండా కూడా ఆన్సర్ చేయండి. కొన్ని బ్లైండ్గా గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సినవి ఉంటాయి, కొన్ని బైహార్ట్ చేయాల్సినవి ఉంటాయి, కొన్ని అర్థం చేసుకుని అప్లై చేయాల్సినవి ఉంటాయి. ఇందులో ఏవి కూడా అప్లై చేయాల్సినవి లేవు. డైరెక్ట్ అన్నీ కూడా కొన్ని డైరెక్ట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అండ్ కొన్ని రిమెంబర్ బేస్డ్ క్వశ్చన్స్, నాలెడ్జ్ బేస్డ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ అండ్ రిమెంబర్ కొన్ని విని అర్థం చేసుకొని గుర్తు పెట్టుకోవాల్సిన క్వశ్చన్సే ఎక్కువ నర్వస్ సిస్టమ్ మీద ఉన్నాయి. ఏ ఆర్గాన్, విచ్ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద బ్రెయిన్ controls which activity of the body, which part of the brain is responsible for lapse of that part, and which part of the brain has, which organ is under the control of which part of the body, which part of the brain. Like that, the questions are directly asked and these things will be answered correctly if you remember, if you learn the entire system. Just not once, repeat again. If you remember, if you learn more times, it will be easy for you to remember the even the questions, the concept. It helps you to answer better. Without feeling difficulty, you would be answer better in your future with revision. This is the chapter which needs focus, attention and also remembrance. Remembrance is very very important. By heart చెయ్యండి. ఈ చాప్టర్ మాత్రం బై హార్ట్ చేస్తే వస్తుంది. నాట్ అన్ అప్లికేషన్ పార్ట్. ఇట్స్ నాట్ అన్ అప్లికేషన్ పార్ట్. ఓన్లీ అర్థం చేసుకొని పిక్చర్ చూసి, డయాగ్రామ్ చూసి ఆన్సర్ చేయాల్సిందే. డయాగ్రామ్ చూసి గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సిందే. సో బై హార్ట్ ఈజ్ ద ఓన్లీ మంత్ర ఫర్ దిస్ చాప్టర్. ఓకే, ఫాలో అవుతారనుకుంటున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.